But Molly, my concern is when you have a Republican senator actually invoking Watergate at this stage of what is going to be a long, drawn-out controversy or discussion.
What I think was actually kind of interesting about this week was the resurgence of the Never Trump Republican. They had sort of claimed that they were dying after the election of Donald Trump and that they would support him and whatnot. And what we've seen this week is that's definitely not true. The subtext of that battle is really about foreign policy. You have people who really want to continue the foreign policy that we've had under both Democrats and Republicans, and Donald Trump is a threat to that. He has exhibited a desire for more restraint in this regard. John McCain, it makes perfect sense that he would come out and sort of make a big deal about this situation because he is so opposed to Donald Trump on foreign policy, as well as there might be personal vengeance.
I don't think he's making a big deal out of it. The allegations in the memo, and of course, no one's seen the memo, and I understand that you cannot impeach based on a memo.
He compared it to Watergate, where a clear crime was committed. There was an indictment, there was a trial by jury, people pleaded guilty to clear criminal actions. That was Watergate. This is far from Watergate.
We don't know yet. I don't think that it's fair to say that I don't think it's fair to say that John McCain is saying this personally because he doesn't like Trump. These allegations are serious,
I don't think it's
you have a
personal.
right to be concerned about it.
Talking about a political
John McCain is one of the original Never Trumpers.
Yeah, but John McCain also maybe perhaps cares about Russian influence and collusion.
Listen,
I know nothing's been found yet, but these are serious things and concerns are very understandable.
But the comparison is the problem. To Eric's point, real quick, when McCain makes a Watergate comparison, though, Kat, that kind of takes the wind out of what I think is otherwise a legitimate argument about the context and gravity of what we are talking about here. And so because the facts of Watergate were so different, and we talked about this with Pat Buchanan sitting right here to my right, and we can, reasonable minds can do distinction.
John McCain's a smart man. Why would he compare Watergate to this? And it's a very, very early time to be doing this. There's been nothing. There's been no trial. There's been no accusations even, with the exception of the mainstream media.
Because it gets a headline, and here we are talking about it. And that's the sad fact. A lot of guys in Washington, and John has a distinguished record, but now it's come down to how do I get attention and how do I make news today?
I think I
certainly don't think it's fair to say that he's making these comments for attention.
I think he realizes that Donald Trump came in and said, I'm going to drain the swamp. John McCain, like him or not, Republican or not, he's one of these swamp creatures, and I will tell you that there are a lot of people on both sides of the aisle who would rather have Donald Trump not in office than have him draining that swamp.
But McCain, I think, could also legitimately have questions around what's going on with this investigation, also have these foreign affairs, national security concerns and policy distinctions around Trump as well, which, you can add those together, and I think that's why he's talking about it.
There's a new story coming out every day. I think that's what he was saying. It's growing and growing and growing, and so that's why he's concerned.
Not Watergate.